Oh man, it's doing all the right things today.
Welcome back to JR Pro Shop Vids, everyone. Today we got Barks on the lanes reviewing the brand new track sensor. When I first saw this ball, it really reminded me of the Vertic Pearl, if anyone remembers that ball. Pretty good ball from back in the day. Exact same color scheme, exact same orange lettering, everything. So Barks today is going to compare it to the Kinetic Black Ice. This one's asymmetric and symmetric, even though they're in the same line, the mid-performance level of track. So we're gonna see how they compare. I would expect the Black Ice here to hook a little bit sharper and a little bit more off the spot. It's a little bit higher differential and is asymmetric. And then the symmetric here, a little bit longer, a little bit smoother off the spot just based on the numbers. Not sure about the cover stock strength. That's why we're here to test it out, see what they do, see how it can complement Barker's bag. Today we're bowling on pretty fresh lanes. Barker's always got fresh on the left side. We're bowling on carbon, 42 feet, 10 to 1. It's our house shot here, so it's a little bit scoreable if you have the right ball in your hand. If you don't, it could be pretty tough. So we'll see how good these shiny pearls look in the fresh house condition. Might be a little sharp on the back end to start with, but as he gets bowling, should get better and better. So before we go watch Barks bowl, throw these balls, compare them, thank you to all the members. And if you'd like to be a member, hit that join button below. We like making you become the best bowler that you can be. Tournament prep, league recaps, tournament recaps, everything. Any question, you name it, we got it. All right, Barks, let's go bowl.
Hey guys, Barks is back once again, this time with a brand new track sensor. So alongside the sensor, I got my Kinetic Black Ice, which is my go-to ball for kind of more burnt up conditions. When I got to play in and get the ball to recover down lane more, that's the ball I go to. Maybe this is the new standard bearer for that. Let's try them against each other and see how they look. So we're on 42-foot carbon. It's pretty fresh. I've thrown a few shots in practice just to push some oil down, but it was really snappy early. I'm gonna try to play a little bit straighter and kind of dead-handed because it was hooking quite a bit. Let's see how this sensor pearl looks. Ran over the 8-pin there. So let's talk a little bit about this sensor here. Now we got two balls with very similar differential and similar cover stocks. You have a QR7 cover on the Kinetic Black Ice and a DR6. DR6 meaning delayed response. You should see a little bit more length out of this and a motion that's not as sharp. All right, that last shot hooked really early, so I think I'm too far left. I'm gonna bump about 3 right. Not trying to hook it here, I'm just trying to let it go, let the ball work. We're off to a good start. So let's change balls to the Kinetic Black Ice. On that same line, the cover's a little bit stronger and the core will create more motion, so I think this will be a little bit higher on the head pin, maybe a little bit sharper too. But I gotta throw it good too, that also matters. Pretty similar amount of boards covered. That maybe hooked a little bit earlier, maybe a foot earlier. That was high flush, I was a little light on the last one. So I was high flush on that shot. I'm gonna move 2 more right. I have to catch this one a bit more. Well, they're all falling today, my friends. Got that 6-8 out of there, it's a good feeling. I missed a little bit right, I'm not gonna lie. Not my best shot. But we are seeing hook in the oil, so let's move another 2 right with a Kinetic Black Ice. Yeah, so that one picked up quite a bit earlier and just went sideways. Through the face on that one. If I throw that same shot with the sensor, I think I'll get further down the lane and shape the right way. Same line, this should go a little bit further down the lane, maybe 2 feet longer. That's what I'm hoping for. There you go. A couple feet further down the lane, little smoother shape off the end of the pattern as well. So if you're trying to play on those more burned conditions and you don't want to see the ball go sideways, this ball's gonna be really good for you. So this is not my first time throwing this ball. I actually used it for the first time in a tournament on Thanksgiving weekend. 16 game doubles, we came away with the win. So I like what I see so far. It's 1 for 1. That shape is so smooth. You think it's gonna pick up and go sideways, and it just arcs. It's just perfect. All right, question time with Barks. Now, this is not my first time throwing this track sensor. Used it in a 16 game tournament this past weekend on Thanksgiving. Let me know in the comment section, what's the most games you've bowled in one day? So I'm good in that spot. Let's keep moving right. We might have to slow this down though. We'll see. Oh man, it's doing all the right things today. I like that ball. I'm gonna keep moving right. So 36 I'm standing now. But again, you gotta keep the speed down. I mean, I'm pretty far right, so, and we've carried everything today so far, so that was only a matter of time. All right, so I can strike with it anywhere with one hand. Can I strike with two hands? That seems to be a thing lately, so. Now, I'm a two-hander that uses their thumb, so be nice to me in the comments, please. Not to be. Let's head back to the shop. All right, everyone, I'm back from the lanes. Let's talk a little bit about the sensor. Going into this, I wasn't sure exactly what to expect. These two balls on paper should be quite similar, but there's a little bit of difference on the lane. You especially saw that when I moved further into the pattern. So as I talked about out there, you see a little bit more of a defined change of direction with the kinetic and a little bit more length and a smoother shape down lane with the sensor. So I did bowl on a fresh condition today. I do think both of these are better suited on burn or higher friction lane surfaces. We don't necessarily have that here. Now I did bowl with this sensor in a tournament on a higher friction lane surface. I use it for the entire tournament because I know the characteristics of that center. The ball wants to hook early and too much ball is a bad idea. This ball looked great all day. Now if I were going into a tournament where I didn't know the conditions so well and I can only take one of them, I'm probably going to take the sensor just because I like the smooth, more predictable motion off the end of the pattern. That's not a knock on the Kinetic Black Ice. It has its purpose, but I think this is a little more versatile for my game. Now, even though they're both sort of mid-range pearls in the track lineup, there is a spot for each of them. There is enough of a difference and they do complement each other fairly well. With that being said, I would like to see a solid version of this. I think it would be maybe a little bit better for me versus a ball like a track heat. With a ball like the track heat no longer in the lineup, there is a void to be filled. I think a sensor solid would really fill that very well. Now, if you're a fan of mid-range or weaker symmetric pearls, you're going to be a big fan of this sensor here. So in my opinion, the sensor here really fulfills its purpose. It's really good on more burnt up or higher friction conditions. If that's the kind of center you bowl in, you should really take a look at this one. So this wraps up the ball review here. Make sure you comment below and answer my question. What's the most number of games you bowled in one day? Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're interested in becoming a member, getting special perks, early access to videos, merch, coaching, and so much more, hit that join button below. All right, that's Barko signing off. See you in the next video.